How's it going, everyone? It is Skullzi here with the latest and the greatest gaming news. I have something very exciting to talk about today, and it isn't related to Starfield for once. Not that I mind talking about Starfield, it's just that Starfield has had so many rumors surrounding it lately that my Elder Scrolls 6 speculation videos seem to have faded away completely. That is until today, because I have a very interesting discovery that I made just yesterday regarding the Elder Scrolls 6, and I want to share it all with you today. And like yesterday, this speculation is based off of potential concept art that could directly inspire the Elder Scrolls 6. As always, we're going to be breaking this information down together, that way you can see that my bullshit capacity meter is always running at 0%, and that way you can have all the links and stuff to verify all of this information for yourself if you choose to. And we're going to start our adventure right here back at the official ArtStation profiles for two Bethesda Game Studios artists, Ray Lederer, who is a senior concept artist, and Josh J, who is a senior world artist. Now these profiles might look familiar because in yesterday's video I broke down concept art referenced on these two profiles that could potentially influence the design and visuals of Starfield. We're going to be doing that very exact thing in today's video, only instead for the Elder Scrolls 6, as during my research for yesterday's video, and like some of you with a keen eye may have noticed already, there is artwork liked and referenced by these two Bethesda artists that have very heavy Elder Scrolls vibes. And furthermore, this artwork bears a striking resemblance to regions within the two provinces that the community believes this game will take place in, and that of course is both High Rock and Hammerfell. And judging by your responses in yesterday's video, I'll go ahead and take the time to break down and speculate over each individual piece of artwork that I found that I believe could directly inspire the Elder Scrolls 6. I was worried about going into such speculative detail about each and every image that could potentially make the video way too long, but you all seem to actually be interested in something like that, so don't worry, I got you in today's video. Now let's get to those images. Now real quick though, remember, this is all speculation based off of artwork that artists over at Bethesda Game Studios simply just hit that like button on. This artwork is in no official way connected with Bethesda Game Studios, but at the same time this artwork was liked by these artists so that these images could be easily referenced and brought back up again. And artists are often inspired by the work of others. That is actually exactly how inspiration works, so chances are pretty high that this artwork did indeed inspire the world design for the Elder Scrolls 6. Another thing to keep in mind here is that this isn't Pinterest, this is ArtStation. ArtStation is used by artists to share their work and be inspired by the work of others. This is a great place to go to get early concept art inspiration for upcoming games. And just a fair warning, I'll probably be saying the Elder Scrolls 6 like 800 times in this video. Now yesterday we focused more on Ray Lederer, but today I posted a concept art that looks like it could have been taken pretty much straight directly from the Elder Scrolls 6 as over at Josh J's list of likes on his profile. One interesting thing that I did notice though between both of these profiles is that both Josh and Ray have similar style elf-like character designs in their like history. This reminds me almost of female Qunari from Dragon Age, or maybe even a different form of Daedra. Between Josh and Ray's profile there are numerous different concepts of different female characters with horns like this, which makes me wonder if perhaps the Elder Scrolls 6 will feature a new race of some kind, or maybe even a major character in the game will look like this and have horns like the people in these images. Now with that general point of interest out of the way, let's start going over these one image at a time. Now perhaps the most interesting images are over on Josh's profile, but let's start with Ray's likes because there are more interesting things here, and Josh's likes seem to fit a more universal High Rock theme. We'll get to Josh's profile, but let's start with Ray and this image. Now this looks like a possible desert city almost void of inhabitants. I get some heavy Hammerfell vibes here, although Bretons are known for their castles, and the city does have a castle vibe to it as well, so maybe it could just as easily be in High Rock. The town does look almost completely abandoned but not destroyed, which is odd. That's usually a sign of some kind of crazy magic situation or maybe Daedra activity. Next up we have somebody with wings. Nothing really immediate comes to mind in terms of any similarities to the Elder Scrolls universe here, but the perspective of this artwork does seem like a good angle an artist would need in order to see how to draw and design a creature or person with wings on their back just like this. Maybe we will see a fairy or harpy style race in the Elder Scrolls 6. Who knows, like I said, this is all speculation. Here's what appears to be a dam, which looks to be in damn good shape. Personally, I get heavy Dwemer vibes here, but remember, these images don't have anything to do with the Elder Scrolls 6, but this image could potentially inspire the design of a similar structure that we could see be in the game. Here is a series of images that I also featured in my Starfield video yesterday, although these images do have those Hammerfell vibes and very well could inspire the natural or perhaps unnatural rock formations that Hammerfell could have. These also look like they could be ruins so old that they are almost baked into the landscape, so to speak, which reminds me of what the traveling caravan said in Skyrim when they spoke of Elsewhere, of ancient ruins so old that they became one with the sands. Here's a picture of what Hammerfell nobility would probably dress like I said, heavy Hammerfell and High Rock vibes in these images. Here's a picture of how I would imagine one of the ruling lords of High Rock could look, sitting upon their throne. High Rock is known for its rivaling noble families and lords vying for influence and territory. Perhaps this art will directly inspire one of the ruling lords of High Rock that could give us a quest or maybe even tell us that another settlement needs our help. Another picture of how I'd expect a rich or noble person would look in Hammerfell. Looks like they're having a fancy party. This image is pretty awesome. There seems to be a lot happening here. One thing to keep in mind is that the majority of Orcish tribes are indeed in High Rock, and this image certainly portrays some sort of tribal ritual or something going down here. Maybe this image could inspire something related to one of the Orcish quest lines in High Rock. And another interesting note about this image is it somewhat shares a striking resemblance to this image over on Ray Lederer's profile here. This could prove that these images in these liked lists by these Bethesda artists do actually directly inspire future designs for these games. Here we have a super fancy kingdom. Definite Mushroom Kingdom vibes here, but also not. This could inspire a rich or royal city in either High Rock or Hammerfell, or even perhaps one of the Daedric realms that we have yet to travel to in any of our Elder Scrolls adventures. Here is a coastal tribal village of some kind. Perhaps we will see a village like this in the Elder Scrolls 6. It doesn't look like it could have been inspired by anything Orcish in nature, but I still feel like it was worth pointing out in this video. Now over to Josh J's liked images. This is where things start to definitely get some heavy Elder Scrolls vibes. Again, although these images have no direct connection with Bethesda Game Studios, they might still inspire Josh's creations for the Elder Scrolls 6. Now, a lot of these images are going to share a similar vibe, so while I still will break down each image that I feel could inspire TES 6, some of these images may be grouped together as my analysis will apply to multiple different ones. First off, we have several different images that definitely have those heavy High Rock vibes, featuring castles, buildings on top of distant hillsides, faraway mountains, and several different shots of geography very similar to High Rock and even the landscape that was shown on the one and only Elder Scrolls 6 teaser trailer that we got 2 years ago. Here are several images that look like they could fit those High Rock vibes as well, and I'll go ahead and show you these images before moving over to the next ones. Here's a backpack that looks like it could have been directly crafted in Hammerfell. And we also have some images of characters with unique and similar fashion, as well as early versions of firearms, which makes me wonder, could we finally see guns for the first time in the Elder Scrolls franchise in the Elder Scrolls 6? I don't know how I'd feel about that, but it could be cool if done in the right way. Here we have images of what could potentially be nobility, as well as the less fortunate members of society, the people in Elder Scrolls games that you would give a coin to get a speech bonus later on. NPC character design could be loosely based off of these images. Amongst these images, we also have concept art for different styles of armor as well. And here we go again with yet another picture of a town with a similar architecture along with distant hills and mountains in the background. The similarities between all of these liked images on Josh's profile are way too obvious to ignore by this point. It is clear that Josh was looking for images with this very same criteria for a very specific reason, and I am speculating that reason is because these images will directly inspire how High Rock will look in the Elder Scrolls 6. And I mean, just look at this image. It is absolutely beautiful, and if the cities in High Rock look like this, then the hype is already assuming direct control. Here we have what looks like more High Rock style landscape, and although this map is not related to the Elder Scrolls franchise, it does share a striking similarity to both High Rock and the coastline featured in that TES 6 teaser trailer back in 2018. And here's an image that looks like it could directly inspire Hammerfell as well, including possible ruins that we could stumble upon while exploring the desert landscape. Personally, I am very hyped to find old ancient desert temples in the Elder Scrolls 6, as that is an experience players have yet to have really in the Elder Scrolls franchise as of yet, except for in the Elder Scrolls Online, but I'm talking about single-player Elder Scrolls games here. The Elder Scrolls Online is good, but I focus more on the single-player adventures. The remaining images that I can break down in this video all share the same possible theme. They look like they could directly inspire High Rock world design. There are also numerous clothing, armor, and weapon concept art here as well, which includes early designs of firearm technology again, but as I end the video and leading up to the community comments, I will showcase these images like I did in yesterday's video. So if you want to see those images, then don't go anywhere because they'll be coming up real soon. Like I said, I'm not going to particularly go into super breakdown detail of all of these images because I'd just be repeating myself and saying here's another image that looks like High Rock, here's another image that looks like High Rock, and you get what I'm saying. That finishes up today's video though. It's fun to finally be talking about the Elder Scrolls 6 again, even if it's just all speculation. And remember, that is exactly what this stuff is. Don't overhype these images or expect the Elder Scrolls 6 to potentially look anything like these images, because this is just speculation based off of images that Bethesda Game Studios artists simply just hit that like button on. Although it does seem very likely that these images would inspire the world design for TES 6, especially seeing how I kind of proved in this video that these liked images do directly inspire future designs for Bethesda. As always though, what I want to know is, what do you think about all of this? What is your favorite image that was shown in this video and why? Let me know what you think down in the comments below, and if your comment wins the internet, you may get featured in a future video. Be sure to like the video if you enjoy the content, and if you want to stay in the know when it comes to the latest gaming news, hit that subscribe button and turn notifications on so you don't miss the latest uploads. Follow me over on Twitter for other news that doesn't quite make it into my videos, as well as other channel updates, and check for links down in the description below for official Skullzi merchandise, the Skullzi Discord community server, and if you want to have your hand in providing future content, there are links on how to be an exclusive channel member here on YouTube or over on Patreon as well. And as always, thank you for watching. Be sure to tune in next time when you gotta spend an entire day locked in an elevator with Nazim.
just works.